This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. For all your transportation needs, see Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota. 5 years of serving the area.
88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament getting set for the semifinal on this Friday night. And it's not exactly standing room only, but you're going to have to ask some people to squeeze together to get into this big gym at Altamont if you want to see.
Well, we are definitely reaching the point in the evening where I'm starting to regret wearing a sweatshirt. That's all I know.
It is warming up in here as the crowd from the first game stayed from Windsor's Two Straws and South Central, and a big contingent from Dieteric is in the gymnasium, and Altamont has showed up in strength as well as far as the student sections as well as the fan base. We are looking forward to a great ball game that ended in a 2-point affair when they played in the regular season at Dieteric. I believe the final in that one was 42-40. And of course, you know, in a game like that, there's 1,000 plays that could mean a point or two. But of course, there was a timeout called as Dieteric was getting set to take a three, and they made that three with under 5 seconds left in the ball game. That coulda, shoulda given them the win. But like we said that night, you're the man in the arena, and your coach, Brent Bonoff, you have to make a snap decision. He asked for the timeout, and if he'd have missed that shot, everyone would have been like, well, what a brilliant play to get him an extra opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sweat it too much over him, but obviously it's going to give you nightmares one way or the other, because you go out there and you're a competitor and you want to win, but it doesn't go your way, and you are going to think about that one a little bit more. It's just human nature. But the good news is they get another chance. And both teams look a little different this time around, as they've got all their personnel closer to 100% this time around.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Dieteric went into that ball game as Caleb Gebhardt played, but you could tell he was still affected by a little bit of a hand injury that he suffered in practice a day or two before that game. And Altamont played that contest without their 6'4" senior Dylan Elam, one of their leading scorers and one of their most experienced players back from last year. So each team says, well, we've got something that'll change things a little bit, but we'll see how it works out tonight in this semifinal matchup with Altamont and Dieteric.
I mean, the big thing is Dieteric going to come out and shoot the way they did in their opener against South Central. If they do that, anybody they play is going to be in trouble. But Altamont, they can beat you with several guys, too. They've got a nice physical team. We'll just have to wait and see.
Lauren back at the studios tonight has passed along a score from the LIC boys tournament at Newton. In the third-place game, it was Lawrenceville defeating Casey Westfield, 58-44. So, some good basketball being played over there as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lawrenceville's an awfully good team to be finishing fourth place in the conference tournament.
Yeah, they got third. They defeated.
They won. They defeated Casey.
That's how I read it. Yep. So we get set for action here at Altamont. It's the final game before the big Saturday, and this one means a lot. The winner gets into the championship tomorrow night, takes on St. Anthony. The loser gets into the third-place game tomorrow afternoon and will battle St. Elmo Brownstown. Dieteric will be the visitors on the scoreboard under Coach Brent Bonoff. They are 15-5 on the season. They came in to the tournament with a 4-2 record in regular season National Trail Conference play. They will start the same five that they started the other night against South Central. That's Tanner Will, number 2. He is a 5'11" junior. He is averaging about 5 points a ball game, has 3 tournament points thus far. Landon Keck, a 6-foot junior, plays out on the perimeter, but he attacks the basket well and can knock down perimeter shots. He's a handful. The 6-foot junior wears number 3, averages about 13.5 points a game, and had 20 in the win against South Central. Jackson Funneman, a 6'2" junior, works extremely hard, fills a valuable role for this Dieteric club. Funneman averaging 5.5 points a ball game, wears number 12. He has 2 tournament points thus far. Lucas Westendorf, a 6'2" junior, number 15, averaging 14 points a ball game, has 13 tournament points in the win over South Central. And Caleb Gebhardt, the 6'2" senior, number 23. Gebhardt, the leading scorer for this club, at about 18.5 points a ball game, had 9 in the win against South Central. The Altamont Indians come into this contest with a record of 13-4 under head coach John Niebrugge. They were 3-0 in conference play prior to the tournament. They will start the same 5 they started the other night, which includes Eli Miller, number 14. The 6-foot senior averages 10 points a ball game, and he had 11 in the win the other night. against Windsor's too strong. Dylan Elam, a 6'4 senior, again in the lineup tonight versus Dieteric. He was not available in the regular season matchup. Elam, a 6'4 senior, averaging 13 points a game, and he had 13 in the win. Cade Melville, 6'2 sophomore, number 22, has handled the point guard responsibilities some for this club. His average is on the rise at about 7 points a ball game, and he had 7 in the win against Windsor's too strong. Aiden McManaway also runs the point a lot. He's a 6'2 senior, wearing number 24. He is averaging just under 6 points a ball game, but his defense is what he really brings to the court. He is a phenomenal perimeter defender. He had 13 in the win the other night. And then Altamont's double-double machine inside, Caden Miller, 6'5 senior, very athletic big man, wears number 42, averages 13 points a game, and he had 17 in the win against Windsor's too strong.
I got to tell you, Matt, while you were going through those lineups, I'm just looking around this gym and seeing how full it is, and this is why we love the NTC tournament, because you get these crowds in here, and this building gets fun in a hurry. It's going to be a great game.
I tell you what, the communities know what's at stake here in this one, and why you love to get into that championship game, and if either team is there, their crowd will definitely come out in full force. This one is a huge one to get to that point.
On our sister station, it sounds like the JV game between Effingham and T-Town's girls went overtime, so they haven't quite gotten their varsity game going yet. You were over there looking for that, but hey, we got a good one here, and it's underway.
Dieteric wins the tap. Westendorf has it on the right side, and we get things going. The moving Maroons bounce it down to Will in the corner, drives the left baseline, reverse layup, no good. Cade Melville grabs the Altamont rebound. He pushes it up court quickly to the left corner to Elam, covered up by Westendorf. Elam gets around him, drives the baseline in the corner to Eli Miller. 3 on the way is good. Eli Miller connects on the first points of the ball game, and Altamont's up 3-0. Keck working against Miller. Gets it over to Westendorf across the timeline to the top of the key. Crossover move, rises on an elbow jumper. It's off the rim a couple of times, no good. Caden Miller grabs the Altamont rebound, leaves it with Melville. He runs it up the left side. Now on the wing, has picked up his dribble, gets it out top to Caden Miller, back to Cade Melville, and Melville sets the offense. Will right there with him. Melville moves to avoid a 5-second call, goes to the top of the key, leaves it with Elam. Elam spun, had the ball knocked away. Altamont turnover, picked up by Keck, but then Keck lost it. Caden Miller picked it up, looked up short, and Dylan Elam had picked himself up from the floor just in time to catch that pass and stick it up and in for an easy bucket.
Turnover for a turnover, but it all benefits Altamont a little bit more, and they've got the quick lead.
5-0 advantage as they challenge a pass on the perimeter, but Gephardt gets to it, lines up a long 2. It was no good. Rebound tapped around on the other side. Funneman grabbed the rebound, but he was dealing with Caden Miller the entire time, and as Funneman spun, they said he took a step and traveled with it.
Well, listen, whether it's the energy in the building and the energy of the players, Altamont seems to be having just a bit of an edge in the opening part of this game.
So Altamont with 1:30 gone on the clock, walks it up court. That was McManaway to Elam, now to Eli Miller, who dribbled to the top of the key. Bounces it on the wing to Cade Melville. The sophomore had a little trouble with the catch, but controls, backs it out towards the timeline. Now goes to work against Will. Will poked it free, but Melville gets it back, tried to pass it away in the corner. The ball was tapped seemingly off of 2 or 3 hands before it went out of bounds on the baseline, and it'll stay with Altamont.
And Tanner Will definitely giving Melville some trouble on that possession there, but the Indians able to keep hold of it.
They get it out top to Dylan Elam, rather. He squared for a 3. It was blocked out there, and Funneman grabs the rebound in the middle of the lane. Left it with Westendorf, who goes to the left side, shuffles a pass back out top to Will, and Dieteric resets.
It was Gephardt who blocked that 3. He's a tough one to get a shot over.
Keck works from the top of the key, sweeps to the right side. Scoop layup good for Landon Keck. He has his first 2 points, and it's now 5-2.
You know, Keck will hit you a 3, but he can attack well.
Altamont goes on the attack. Elam's little floater in the lane, no good, as he scooped it up there, but he got his own rebound. Send it to McManaway to Eli Miller out top. Eli waits for Cade Melville to come take it. Now they hand it off to Elam. Elam dribbles to the top of the key, now gets at the elbow of the free throw line, hands it off to McManaway. Runner down the lane for McManaway, off the rim, no good. But there's Caden Miller with the offensive rebound. That's what he does. He sticks it up and in, and Altamont's off to a 7-2 advantage with 5:13 to play in the first quarter. 30-second timeout taken by Dieteric. You're listening to the NTC Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success, area teams, from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Quick pace to the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this ball game has Altamont with a 7-2 advantage.
I already said it once, maybe didn't articulate it real well, though, but listen, the Indians are controlling the pace of this game right now. They've got all the energy in the building, and I think Dieteric needed that timeout as much as anything. Just try and get the swell to quiet it down a little bit.
Altamont sets up on a 2-2-1 full-court press. They knock it away from behind from Will, but it goes right to Keck. Keck got it over on the side to Gephardt. He had trouble with the handle, and it sails out of bounds to the baseline. Dieteric's third turnover, and we're not even 3 minutes in.
But before he even lost that dribble, had trouble with the catch, and then had trouble with the dribble a couple different times. Just didn't seem like he was quite there that time.
Elam goes on the attack, gets into the lane, leaves it with Caden Miller. He brought the ball down. It's knocked loose. 4 players on the floor going for that jump ball, as it turns out, and the possession arrow keeps it with Altamont.
Yeah, he lost it, but able to get his hands back on it. And he's a strong kid, you know. You want him in the bottom of that pile going after the fumble as John Holsey gets into the game for Dieteric and taking a seat as Jackson in front of him.
A little more size to try to combat Miller inside, but
good luck.
Yeah, he is a tremendous athlete. 6'5", but his broad shoulders, but is very quick and has a tremendous leaping ability for his size.
And he's going to get you all points, and it's not going to be finesse points, of course. It's going to be those dirty points that I like to talk about, but hey, you can put those to good use too, and he does.
Altamont inbounds from the baseline all the way out towards the volleyball strike line to Melville. He leaves it with Elam. Elam hesitates at the top of the key, goes to the left elbow, picks up the dribble, now needs some help. Nobody's popped free yet. Finally, they got it to Eli Miller, but it wasn't in time as the 5-second call is whistled against the Indians, their second turnover of the quarter.
If you're Dieteric, maybe you use that a little bit to try and turn the momentum a bit. You know, good defensive possession. Everything's been going Altamont's way so far, but the first things first, you got to run a good offense here.
Altamont in the man-to-man. Keck just lobs it from the timeline to the baseline. Gephardt made the catch, got under the basket, and saved it into Westendorf. They go in the corner to Will. Shot no good. Westendorf offensive rebound. Put back. He's fouled as he got Elam up in the air. Elam came down on Westendorf on the shot attempt, and Lucas will head to the line for a couple.
I mean, I thought it was a decent opportunity for Will in the corner. Left that one pretty short, though. Westendorf athletically able to collect that rebound on the weak side despite the fact that it didn't hit the rim. And he was fouled by Dylan Elam. That's Dylan's first.
So the score is now 7-3 as Westendorf puts the first of 2 free throws in. The 6'2" junior puts that one up. It's no good, but there's Holsey battling for the board, but he just couldn't hang on to it. It's off his hands, out of bounds, and it'll belong to Altamont.
Yeah, you know, he got a hand on it, and then some of the other players in the fight for that board made a little contact with him, and he just couldn't maintain possession of it.
Altamont walks it up for it. 4:05 showing on the first quarter clock as Melville looks into the post to Cade Miller. Spins, right side, shot off the glass, good.
Wow, boy, he just got John Holsey on his hip and then just beat him on the post move. That's just good old-fashioned post play right there.
Altamont takes a 9-3 lead, 3:50 on the clock. Westendorf drives into the lane, stops, pops, the jumper left it short. Rebound, Cade Melville. He picks it up, brings it down the length of the court. Slows things down as Dieteric back defensively. Both teams been playing man-to-man. Melville works around Will, drives to the right side. Shot no good. Weak side rebound, Caden Miller. He sticks it up and in. He has 6 of Altamont's 11, and they're up 8 now, 11-3.
I mean, he's the X factor in this first quarter so far for the Indians.
3:15 on the clock. Westendorf tried to make a move. He ran into Miller and took an extra step, and a travel was whistled against Westendorf.
Westendorf wanted the foul on Miller, and it did look a little awkward by the time they got it all wrapped up. I think the travel might have happened before the tangle of bodies.
That's how it happened in the eyes of the official. That's Aaron Lane down there. Brian Simple and Dan Held, your other 2 officials, a good crew for this game. Ball intended to go to Caden Miller inside. It's knocked loose. Dieteric gets the steal, and as they bring it up the court, a foul is called as Altamont tries to knock it away from Dieteric from behind.
3 Altamont turnovers. Dieteric's turned it over 4 times as we get to the 3:03 mark in this first quarter.
Jackson Funneman back in. John Holsey has a seat.
McManaway was whistled for the foul there. His first, 2 for the Indians.
3 minutes on the first quarter clock as the inbounds win in backcourt to Keck. He looks in the corner. Brock Niemerg snuck in there on me, number 13, as he works it out top to Westendorf. Westendorf looks on the side to Keck. Keck on the left side working against Miller. Tried to make a move, and Miller's going to be called for the bump.
So a third team foul for the Indians now. 1 for Miller.
Ben Radel jumps off the Altamont bench. He's going to give Caden Miller a breather with 2:45 to play in the first quarter. Inbounds from Westendorf out to Gephardt. They swing it top of the key. Brock Niemerg. He wasn't available when they played in the first matchup. The sophomore goes to the right side, leaves it with Westendorf on the wing. Behind the back dribble into the lane, gets to the left side, got off balance, put up a wild shot that almost went in, but Ben Radel grabs the Altamont rebound. Lobs it ahead to Miller in the corner. Finds the trailer. That's Cade Melville for 3. Oh, he had an open look. It was in and out. No good. And then Altamont commits a foul after Brock Niemerg to grab the rebound. And that's a costly one early for the Indians.
Yeah, Aiden McManaway just picked up his second. He knew he was going to be out before he even saw the sub get to the scorer's bench.
That sub is Caden Davis, 5'10 senior, checks in for the first time. Now we'll see a substitution for Dieteric as well as Luke Winnie, 6-foot senior, checks in. He replaces Jackson Funneman. So Altamont running with Radel, Melville, Davis, Miller, that's Eli, and Dylan Elam. Brock Niemerg brings it up court for Dieteric. He's out there with Gephardt, Westendorf, Winnie, and Keck. Driving the baseline is Gephardt. He lost it on the way up because it was knocked away by an Indian. It'll belong to Dieteric under their basket.
Altamont really the aggressor on the defensive end, too, and Dieteric has just not gotten a lot of good looks. There's one, though.
Inbounds goes top of the key to Gephardt. Gephardt off a screen, buries that 3, makes it a 5-point ball game, 11-6, with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Altamont walks it up court. Dylan Elam will handle this time. Brings it to the left wing, leaves it with Eli Miller. Eli puts it on the floor to the top of the key. Now the free throw line turns. He's double-teamed. And got the ball taken away, but in the process, it was a jump ball. Either way, Dieteric will have it.
Yeah, the only difference was whether you get a fast break out of it or not, but it is the 4th Altamont turnover. They have 4 apiece. Caden Miller getting right back into the game, and Radel takes a seat after a little first quarter cameo.
Credit Brock Niemerg for getting in there and forcing that jump ball, coming off and helping there, as Dieteric will look to cut into the Altamont advantage with 1:40 on the clock. Gephardt's handling the point. Goes down the left side of the lane, puts up a tough shot, and the rebound to Cade Melville for Altamont. He pushes it up the left side. Spins to the top of the key, now gets into the lane, gathers himself, realizes he was left alone, but never squared up, and the shot's off the mark. Rebound Westendorf. He brings it to the top of the key, finds Winnie in the wing. He loads up a 3. It's short. Rebound, Brock Niemerg. He tracked it down on the weak side from the corner. He'll fire a 3, and he buries it. Brock Niemerg makes it a 2-point ball game with 1:05 on the clock. Elam up court, spins to the free throw line, got cut off by the help defense, brought it back out top. Now Westendorf's there to challenge. Elam tries to go in the lane. Gephardt knocked it loose. Was it off of Elam or Gephardt? They say it was off of Gephardt, much to the chagrin of the Dieteric faithful.
I think they got it right, though.
We might have had the best look at it in the gym, though.
We're looking right straight down at it. Plus, we're not rooting for either one of these teams.
Oh, Cade Miller took 3 off an inbounds pass, went for a dunk on the baseline, and he missed the right-handed jam. Gephardt brings it up court. He loads up a 3, left it well short, and it's out of bounds as nobody touched it.
Yeah, if Mr. Miller had that one to do over again, just use the glass. I know the dunk would get everybody fired up, but I think we saw him try to throw one down in their first game and come up a little bit short. Might be good to just try layups the rest of the week.
7-9 the score with 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. As Dylan Elam tried to make a move, a reach and a foul out top against Dieteric.
Well, Westendorf going to get that one, but here with 29.8 seconds to go in this first quarter, that's the first Dieteric fouled the contest. Tanner Will going to get into the action. Taking a seat is Landon Keck, so he'll get a little breather at the end of the period.
Nice little extra breather with the timeout. And he might come in if there's a dead ball that sends them on offense. We'll just have to see. Altamont trying to trigger from the sideline. Nowhere to go with it. Finally, Caden Miller pops free at the top of the key. Drives in, leaves it with Eli Miller. Three from the wing, no good, but Dylan Elam grabbed the air ball rebound. Got it back to Eli Miller. Back to Elam in the corner for three, no good. Rebound Will, but he lost it. Picked it back up. Drives up court, had it knocked away again by Caden Melville, who dove for the ball to try to save it and slammed into the stage wall on the opposite end of the court.
Luckily, a padded stage wall, so Caden Miller, fantastic hustle there, but couldn't quite come up with that basketball. And now Katie Lurkin's going to come out there and wipe up a pretty big sweat spot, I would imagine, because Miller slid for a long way.
Yeah, she and Rhett Burris taking care of that mopping duties down there, and that will allow Keck to get back into the ball game with 14 seconds on the clock as he replaces Luke Winnie, as Dieteric has a chance to tie or maybe take the lead here at the end of this first quarter, where Altamont had the lead as much as 8.
Yeah, the way it got started, you weren't sure they'd have a possession to tie or take the lead at the end, but here we are.
Westendorf inbounds to Will, right back to Westendorf. He's posting up on the left block, spins against Elam, shot off the glass too strong. Cade Davis with the rebound for Altamont, 5 seconds on the clock. Got it to Elam, who had it stripped at the timeline. Picked up by Westendorf, left it with Niemerg. His shot was good, but it was after the buzzer. They ran out of time as Dieteric had an opportunity at the end, just couldn't get the shot away at the end of the first quarter. And after one, it's Altamont 11 and Dieteric 9 at the NTC tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Second quarter, they lead this one 11-9 as Dylan Elam will trigger the inbounds and backcourt to Cade Melville. It's Eli Miller, Caden Miller, and Caden Davis on the court with them. Looks like the starters are out there for the most part for Dieteric, except Brock Niemerg's in the game for Jackson Funneman. Dieteric knocks the ball away as Altamont tried to get it into the post to Caden Miller.
Oh, Miller was posting up on Westendorf, but then dropping down to help was Landon Keck, and he's the one who actually knocked that one loose, but it did go out of bounds off of the junior.
Altamont's Eli Miller flips it out long to Melville. Melville to Davis. Davis holds out top, gets it to Eli Miller. A little trouble with the catch, but he controls. Goes to work on Keck. Goes to the right side. Will knocked it loose, but he knocked it right to Caden Davis in the corner, and the senior knocks down his first points of the ball game, pushing Altamont's lead back up 2-5.
Sometimes the ball just bounces your way.
Keck with it, top of the key. Gets it over to Will on the side. Tanner holds for Dieteric on the left wing. Nice cut down the lane. Westendorf makes the catch, and he is all alone for the left-handed layup. Westendorf sticks it up and in. So it's 14-11 with 7:05 to play in the first half. Elam walks it up court for Altamont. Dieteric in the man-to-man as Altamont spread the floor. They're playing kind of four corners with Caden Miller at the high post at the free throw line. Eli Miller has it on the wing. Now top of the key, Caden Miller over to Elam. They work it to Davis in the corner. Davis looks out top for Melville. Fakes the three, tried to drive in, got cut off, and left it with Eli Miller out top. Eli works to the right side. Now hands it off to Davis. Davis, not a clean catch, has to track it down in the center circle. Sends it over to Melville. Melville had it slip through his hands, but he tracked it down before it got out of bounds on the sideline. Now he spins against Niemer. Goes to the wing, tried to get a backdoor cut to Elam. Westendorf read it, got the steal. Altamont's first turnover of the quarter. Westendorf down the lane to the left side. Tough shot. Defender right in his face, but Westendorf banks it up and in.
Boy, the degree of difficulty, about a 9.5 on a 10 scale there, but he got that one down.
14-13 to score. Altamont with the ball and the lead as Elam has it on the right side. Picked up his dribble at the elbow, left it to the left elbow to Miller. Caden Miller tried to drive down the lane, got tied up. Possession arrow favors Dieteric.
Good job by Landon Keck to again reach in there and tie that one up. We've seen the Dieteric defenders here in the second quarter do a pretty good job. As the guy drives past them, just stick a hand in there and see if you can get it on there.
Aiden McManaway comes back in with his 2 fouls. Ben Radel back on the court for Altamont as well. Elam catches a breather, and so does Cade Melville. Keck from the top of the key looks back door for Gephardt. He caught it under the basket, but clears it out on the wing for 3. Brock Niemer's shot no good. Caden Miller grabs the rebound, and he got fouled as he was clearing the ball.
Yeah, just a little too strong on that opening attempt from Brock Niemer. He had time to set up and shoot that one, but put a little too much mustard on it. And then Tanner Will picks up the foul after Miller had secured his 4th rebound of the night.
Good to see Caden Iffert onto the court for Dieteric. He was not available in the game earlier this week. He is out there. The 5'11 senior comes onto the court for the Moving Maroons. McManaway brings it up to Davis. Davis on the right wing goes top of the key Radel around to McManaway. McManaway puts the dribble down on the left wing. Now gets the top of the key. Radel caught it. I think the pass was for Miller, but Altamont retains control. Now Eli goes high post to Caden Miller. Caden tried to lob it to Eli. The pass was too far out in front on the wing. Altamont's 3rd turnover gives it to Dieteric, as Dieteric will try to take the lead for the first time tonight.
I think Dieteric's defense has really improved from the opening 2 or 3 minutes of this game. They have found another level, and that's helped them pull back into an even ball game.
Eli Miller sits down. I believe it'll be for the first time tonight as Dylan Elam comes back in for him. Keck handling out top. Goes to Niemer. They swing it over to Iffert. He's wide open for 3. He pulls the trigger. Shot no good. Elam had inside position, and Keck bumps him from behind.
That's the Landon Keck picking up his first foul in not an ideal situation, but it is just the second team foul for the Maroons. Iffert pulled the trigger on that 3. Not a big scorer for this team, but he was open enough. He thought he'd try his hand.
But he kind of thought about it for a second, and Coach Bonoff was just telling him, hey, just pull the trigger.
Yeah, if you're going to shoot.
Yeah, that's right. Altamont works the offense. They got it to the free throw line to Caden Davis. He took an extra step with it as he tried to make a move, and that's a travel and cost Altamont a possession.
Yeah, that's 4 for them already. 4:51 in the second quarter. Altamont's gone from 5 first-quarter turnovers to 9 total.
So let's set the floor for Dieteric. Brock Niemerg, Landon Keck, Caleb Gephardt, Caden Iffert, and Lucas Westendorf back onto the court for Dieteric. Altamont sees Keck go to the left side. He brought it into the lane, ran into Radel. Radel was straight up. Contact, no call, but I didn't have a problem with it as the ball bounced out of bounds off of Keck.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see Keck go headlong toward the basket, but usually people don't just stand there and let him bounce off like that. But a solid player that he goes into, and I guess you got to call that a turnover.
Yeah. Altamont bounces it to Eli Miller. He came to get it, thankfully for the Indians. Goes baseline to McManaway. He tried to get inside, nothing doing. Sent it out to Eli Miller. Now they got it back to Aiden in the corner. He drove baseline, left it with Caden Miller, and Caden Miller is able to get a little shot up and in.
And Miller just kind of put the shot fake up, let the defense clear away, got the defender off his feet, got the shot to go. Then they stopped play. The officials saw a wet spot on the floor just in front of the Dieteric bench, so they'll dry that up. Then Radel takes a seat in the meantime, and Altamont gets who got back into the game.
I believe it's Cade Melville.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll set the floor. Eli Miller, Caden Miller, Cade Melville, Aiden McManaway, and Dylan Elam for Altamont. Brock Niemer brings it up court for Dieteric, trailing by 3. Takes it to the right wing, now to the right corner, dribbles it back out top to the wing, and circles to the top of the key. Now he needs some help. Got it to Gephardt. Gephardt matched up with McManaway. Gephardt crosses over, goes down the left side. Shot fake. Got McManaway in the air. Puts up a little 12-footer. It's no good. Melville, a weak side rebound. Outlet to Elam. Elam drives it up the left side. Stops, pops, little jumper off the front of the rim. The backboard is good as Dylan Elam got it to drop through for his 4th point. and Altamont's back up 5. Right back at you is Keck driving into the lane. Got it to Ifford in the corner. Ifford left wide open, but he didn't make a clean catch. And now they call him for a double dribble down there as he bounced it a time or two trying to secure it. And in the official's eyes, he dribbled with it in that exchange.
He's going to have a seat. Luke Winnie getting back into the game. They had the turnover that possession to Dieteric. The previous possession, Gephardt made a wonderful move to the basket to get the shot up, but then just left it very strong. He's 1 for 5 from the floor so far.
So Altamont walks it up court. Elam fires it ahead to Eli Miller on the wing. Eli brings it to the top of the key. Now to the right side. Goes in. Sweeps in for the layup. Shot no good. Caden Miller the rebound. His putback is missed because he's fouled. And Caden Miller, working hard inside, has an opportunity to get into double figures at the free throw line.
Yeah, he's sitting at 8 points. He just picked up his 5th rebound, 3 offensive boards for the young man. It's just pretty much what you expect from him. The foul going against Winnie. So Luke picks up his first for the Maroons. They've got 3 team fouls here. And Caden Miller going to get his first opportunity at the free throw line. In fact, he's going to get Altamont's first opportunity at the free throw line.
Takes a few dribbles, puts the first one up. It rattles out, no good. So with 3:16 to play in the second quarter, the score remains 18-13. Altamont led by as many as 8 in the first quarter, saw the lead go down to 1, and Dieteric had the ball with its opportunity to take the lead. But since then, Altamont scored 4 straight. Miller's next free throw is up. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound, out of bounds. It's going to be off of Keck as Elam knocked it loose originally. Then the McManaway went up and battled Keck for it, and it went off of Keck out of bounds.
Yeah, and they got that one right, too. That's been a couple of those calls that we've just gotten a perfect bird's-eye view of, and it goes Altamont's way. And now McManaway is going to get called as he put a shoulder into Gephardt, trying to go to the basket, got the player control foul.
Yeah, he caught the pass along the sideline, was working to the baseline, and that offensive foul is another personal against McManaway that's costly.
He's got 3. That's 5 turnovers for Altamont in this quarter, by the way, but more importantly for McManaway, he's probably going to watch the rest of this first half from the bench.
Miscommunication on the inbound glass as I think Keck thought Gephardt was going to kind of float back for it. He didn't. Eli Miller intercepted it. Dieteric turns it over for the 3rd time, and then Miller was quickly fouled.
That's 14 fouls for Dieteric as Caleb Gephardt picked up his first. Nobody has multiple fouls yet in the game, but they do have 4, so Altamont going to be in the bonus for 3:09 before halftime.
So Eli Miller will trigger the inbounds from the baseline, goes to Caden Miller in the right corner. They get it out top to Davis. Back to Caden Miller in the corner. He catches, squares for 3, and buries it. Caden Miller with 11 makes it 21-13 as Altamont push the lead back to 8 once again. Brock Niemerg crosses the timeline, brings it to the left side of the top of the key. Now has picked up his dribble, got it to Keck. Keck explodes to the left baseline, puts up a shot. It's blocked by Miller. Loose ball rebound to Melville. As Melville brings it up court, he's hassled and fouled by Funneman. And with 2:41 to play in the second quarter, Melville will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
I mean, a little contact around the body, but that's an offensive player throwing himself into Davis, or Miller rather, and he just goes straight up and blocks that shot. I mean, he has done everything right in this first half.
Tell you what, we've had an opportunity to see Miller play earlier this year, and he did much the same thing. He is about as good as a big man of going straight vertical and not bringing those arms of the body forward when he comes to help defend. Meanwhile, Cade Melville puts the first of 2 free throws up and in. He has his first point of the night, and Altamont extends to a 9-point advantage.
We are up over 500 people watching this game now on our live stream.
Next one is up. It's good. Melville hit them both, and Altamont's up double digits for the first time tonight.
Great job by Melville there to hit the 2 free throws, so 4 of the 5 Altamont starters have scored.
Westendorf works to the baseline. It just looked like he decided he was going to get a bucket there, and Dieteric needed it, and he got it.
Well, he's the only one who's done it in the second quarter. He has all 6 of their second quarter points, and we're at the 2:20 mark.
Melville around the screen out top, works to the left baseline, leaves it out on the wing with Davis. He goes to Eli Miller at the top of the key. Eli draws a double team, picks it up, finds Davis top of the key. He drives down the lane, flips up a runner with the left hand. It's good for Caden. He's come off the bench to score 5 in this one, and the lead's back to 10 for Altamont. Keck, nice move to get into the lane. Help defense comes down. Oh, Keck, a beautiful pass inside to Funneman. Funneman reaches back, makes the catch, and then lays it up and in. So with 1:45 on the clock, it's 25-17. Altamont slows things down. Elam calls out the play. Crosses over at the top of the key. Spins to the free throw line. Leaves it with Melville. Wide open three off the heel of the rim. It bounces off the rim again before it comes off, and Westendorf secures the rebound.
I thought that one was going to drop in. It was high off the rim.
Oh, what a backdoor cut for Gebhardt, and Westendorf threaded the needle with the pass. Gebhardt lays it up and in, and Dieteric back within 6, 25-19.
Maroons got off the mat in the first quarter, and it seems like maybe they're doing it here at the end of this second.
Yeah, they'd love another stop and score before the end of this half, but Altamont thinking differently. Elam crosses the top of the key, goes to the wing, picks up his dribble, leaves it with Miller on the baseline. Caden goes back to Elam for a corner three. It's too strong. Gebhardt with the rebound, and Dieteric's on the run. Gebhardt leads Funneman. Layup no good, but Keck is there trying to get the rebound, and as he goes to the floor to secure it, he gets tied up with Miller, and Eli, is going to be called for the reach.
That's Miller's second. Altamont's got 2 team fouls this quarter and 6 in the game, but 2 of them belong to Miller, 3 to McMahon away. Good job running the floor by Dieteric. Unfortunately for Funneman, he just couldn't finish the layup as Gebhardt got that long defensive rebound and went off to the races. It would have been a golden opportunity for the Maroons to pull back within 4.
Altamont sends Ben Radel into the ball game to give Caden Miller a break. He is exhausted over there. They recognize that. Dieteric made a change as well as Tanner Wills back into the ball game. Inbounds for Dieteric, goes top of the key to Brock Niemerg. He drives to the left side, and he gets bumped and fouled. And Brock Niemerg, the 6'1 sophomore, will head to the line for a couple with 48 seconds to play.
Yeah, we didn't get to see him the first time around when these two teams played. We got a chance to give him a look against South Central the other night, and playing here, he really plays with a lot of confidence for a sophomore out there.
Yeah, especially since it's basically been his first games back here at the tournament. He puts the free throw up. It rattles out. No good. So the score remains 25-19. Teammates come to him and say, it's all right, you'll make this one.
Ben Radel picked up that foul, by the way. His first, Altamont's third, with 48 seconds before halftime.
Brock Niemerg takes a few dribbles. Puts this one up. It's off the mark. Radel grabs the rebound. He's double-teamed, but got it safely away to Elam. Elam brings it up court, crosses over, gets to the timeline, now to the top of the key. Looks in the corner for Melville. He was wide open, drove the right baseline, and then a recovering Brock Niemerg knocks it away to save a good opportunity for what looked like it would be a good opportunity for Altamont.
Altamont staying aggressive in this final minute of the half as they will inbound into their own basket.
Eli Miller flips it to Radel on the wing. He tried to go out top. Gebhardt read the pass, got the steal, drives for the two-handed jam. Caleb Gebhardt slams it home. He has 7, and it's back to a 4-point ball game.
You knew as soon as Caleb was off and running that he was going to throw that one down. He can do it with ease, and now a huge defensive possession for Dieteric with 18 seconds left.
Their crowd is on their feet, encouraging their team as Altamont sits to play. Elam starts it from out top. Now goes to the left wing. Picks up the dribble. 9 seconds on the clock. He gets it to Cade Melville. He works into the lane. Flips up a runner. Dieteric still with 4 seconds left. Keck crosses the timeline. Launches a shot at the buzzer. It's no good as the first half comes to a close. Cade Melville with a big answer for Altamont as he puts them back up by 6 after Dieteric made a run to close it within 4. But Altamont takes a 27-21 lead into the locker room in this semifinal of the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. And you're listening to it on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. If you need help with your loved ones, call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240. Dieteric Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Dieteric Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
The Altamont Pep Band playing the YMCA, and they've got band members out in front leading this big crowd, and they are participating here in the YMCA at half. And, man, it's been an entertaining game. We thought it would be. Altamont led this by as many as 10. Dieteric cut it down to 2, get it down to 1, actually, at one point. Had possession, just couldn't take the lead. Altamont pushed the lead back up. Dieteric came roaring back, and then Cade Melville hit a shot with about 4 seconds left, the runner in the lane, to push the lead to back to 6, where it stands 27-21 with the teams in the locker room. Altamont with quarters of 11 and 16 for their 27. Dieteric with quarters of 9 and 12 for their total of 21. Dustin's working on the team stats. He's got both the team and individual numbers taken care of. So let's send it over to Mr. White.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Altamont 47.8% shooting in the first half. 11 of 23 from the field were the Indians. 2 out of 4 at the free throw line and 3 for 9, 33% on the three-point shot. Dieteric, 37.5% shooting in that first half of play, 9 out of 24 from the field. The Maroons, 1 out of 4 at the free throw line, 25%, and 2 of 7, 28.6% on their three-pointers. Rebounding favors Altamont, 18-11. A lot of turnovers in that first half, really for both teams, but particularly Altamont had 11 in the first half, while Dieteric came in at 7. As far as the individual stats, Altamont getting 11 first-half points from Caden Miller, who was 5 of 6 from the field, including making the only three-pointer he attempted. Had no for 2 trips to the free throw line, and also grabbed a team-high 5 rebounds. He shared that team high with Cade Melville, who had 4 points to go with his 5 boards. Melville 1 for 5 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the free throw line. Also 4 points for Dylan Elam on 2 of 6 shooting. He had 3 rebounds. 3 points for Eli Miller. He was 1 for 3 from the field, including 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Aiden McManaway 0 for 1 from the field. Ben Radel played in that first half, didn't attempt a shot. And Caden Davis, 5 big points off the bench. He was 2 for 2, made a 3 and a 2-pointer. For Dieteric, 7 points for Lucas Westendorf and Caleb Gephardt. Westendorf was 3 of 7 from the field, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line with 3 rebounds, a couple of assists. Gephardt got off to a little bit of a slow start, but closed off his first half with a flourish. He was 3 for 7 from the floor, including that dunk right before halftime. Also had a couple of rebounds. He blocked a shot. 3 points off the bench for Brock Niemerg, 1 for 3 from the field. Actually, 1 for 2 from the field, and had an 0 for 2 trip to the free throw line. You had 2 points each for Landon Keck and Jackson Funneman. Each of them was 1 for 2 shooting. Funneman with a couple of rebounds, Keck with 1 board. Tanner Will was 0 for 2 shooting. Luke Winnie 0 for 1. Caden Iffert 0 for 1. And John Holste also played, but he did not attempt a shot. So Dieteric going 9 deep. Altamont played 8. Nobody with more than a single foul for the Maroons. Altamont's got Aiden McManaway with 3 and Eli Miller with a couple to think about. But the Indians do enjoy a 27-21 edge at halftime here over Dieteric in this championship semifinal. Matt, those are your halftime stats.
Thank you very much, Dustin. Let's take a 90-second break. We'll check scores with Lauren when we come back after that break here at the halftime show, brought to you by Compass Advisory Group from the 88th Annual NTC Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
We welcome you back to Altamont High School. The score at the half, 27-21 here at the 88th Annual NTC Tournament as Altamont leads Dieteric by 6. Lauren's back at the studios. Let's check in with scores from her from around the area. Lauren?
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, so in the Little Illini Conference Tournament, KZ Westfield lost to Lawrenceville 58-44. And then Richland County at the half is beating Newton 21-16. Then on the Lincoln Prairie Conference Tournament, the Breeze Mater Dei is losing to Teutopolis at the half, 31-23. And then the girls basketball, the Lady Hearts are leading the Lady Shoes 12-8 currently. So Effingham is beating Teutopolis at this very moment. And those are your scores.
All right, thanks a lot, Lauren. We appreciate those scores from around the area. We have some interesting games in around the area tonight, but nothing's been better than the NTC tournament here this evening, as we've been very much entertained. And opening game tonight saw Sioux Straws pull away late for a 44-30 victory over South Central, as Windsor Sioux Straws will now play in the Consolation Championship tomorrow against North Clay. CHBC and South Central will get our broadcast underway with the 7th place game tomorrow. We'll go on the air around 11:15 or so with the pregame show for that 7th place game, follow it up with the Consolation Championship, and then it'll be St. Elmo Brownstown taking on whoever falls in this game, and the winner moves on to the championship game tomorrow night against St. Anthony. And way too early to call this one, the 27-21 ball game. Altamont's led the whole time, but Dieteric has not let them get away.
Yeah, really, going back to last night, this is the 5th straight game that has just been excellent competition. And I don't care how this one wraps up. It's been a great first half, really quality high school basketball, good crowd on hand. This is what it's all about. We're having a lot of fun at Altamont.
You know, we talk about St. Anthony being the number 1 team in the state by a couple of polls, and rightfully so. They deserve all the recognition that they're getting. But both Altamont and Dieteric are picking up votes and notice in the area polls as well. And so, I mean, it just emphasizes the quality of the tournament and the teams in it. And that and St. Elmo Brownstown is the 4th team that's also getting some attention.
And listen, St. Elmo Brownstown can play with those teams any night too. And so, you know, they'll be a force to be reckoned with once regionals roll around. The shame of it is that they'll sort of weed each other out as they get into regionals. But there could be some quality matchups there. We're going to have in the championship and 3rd place games tomorrow a couple of awesome games. I don't know. I just love it.
This big crowd is enjoying it as well as the teams break the huddle. It'll be Altamont ball to start the 3rd quarter. Seems like Altamont had it the 2nd quarter, now the 3rd quarter. Dieteric did win the tap, I guess. But we're underway. Altamont bounces it in backcourt to Cade Melville. He looks over Dieteric's man-to-man. He goes to the center circle, now picks up his dribble, needing some help out there, bounces it to Eli Miller at the top of the key. Eli Miller holds, wants Elam to come get it. Elam obliges, takes it from him, and now works across the screen set by Caden Miller to the right side, back across the free throw line, and he hands it to Eli Miller His defender fell down but got right back up and never lost position. Eli gets it over to Dylan Elam, and Dieteric forced Altamont to reset once again. Elam gets a screen from Eli Miller, slips past it, goes down the right side. Shot no good, but Cade Miller grabs the offensive rebound. His putback is a little strong. This rebound's loose, and Aiden McManaway gets it out on the perimeter. He leaves it with Elam, so Altamont's getting their, third crack at it now. 7:07 on the third quarter clock. McManaway takes it to the right side, dribbles it back out top, finds Miller, back to McManaway. McManaway around a little screen, gets in the lane, puts up a jumper. It's good. Aiden McManaway has his first 2 points, and Altamont leads again by 8, 29-21.
Yeah, McManaway kind of just patiently curling around the screener there and finding the open look. And after a long possession, Altamont gets the first points of the half.
Keck dribbling out on the perimeter, leaves it with Will on the left wing. Will puts it on the floor, goes towards the hoop, fakes a shot, puts one up, got it blocked by Melville and Miller, and Caden Miller comes down with the rebound.
I think mostly Melville probably on that one. Good defense by the both of them, though.
Melville hands it top of the key to Miller, fires a three, and Caden buries another one. He has 14 of Altamont's 32, and Altamont now leads by 11. That's their largest lead of the night with 6:11 to play in the third quarter.
Just looking back when these two teams played the first time, Caden did not make a three-pointer in that game. He tried a couple of times in the first quarter, but never again.
6 minutes on the clock as Keck flashed it down the left side of the lane. Got it to Gephardt underneath. He took it out to the wing. Rises on a 15-footer off the heel of the rim, no good. Cade Melville grabs the Altamont rebound.
Melville's got 6 rebounds. Caden Miller's got 7.
Cade Melville goes to set a screen, and they say he's moving as Dylan Elam came across the top of the key.
First turnover for the Indians, and they did have a fault in that first half. They committed 11 turnovers, and there's a quick one there. John Nieberg pleading his case. Didn't really agree with the call, I don't think.
We've got a substitution as Altamont will send Caden Davis into the ball game, and Melville is kind of hobbling towards the Altamont bench. That's not good news.
No, because he's played solid defense. Hasn't scored a ton, but he's got a block shot. He's defended well. He's got a bunch of rebounds, and now he's sitting on the bench getting looked at by the trainer.
Dieteric gets it to Westendorf. One pass and a three from the wing, and Westendorf buries it. Lucas in double figures with 10, makes it 32-24.
Well, as long as you've got Westendorf on the floor and Gephardt, you're never out of a game. They can shoot.
Elam works through the baseline, leans in, little shot in the lane, no good. Rebound, Caden Miller gathers, puts it up, it rolls out, no good. This rebound tapped out of bounds, and it's off of Caden Miller, they say, but the officials are going to get together and talk. It's on the opposite end of the court for us, but it did look like Brock Niemerg might have been the last one to take a swing at it and touch it. And the officials get together, and they overturn the call.
And you don't notice that the Dieteric side of the court seems too perturbed about it, so I think everybody pretty much knew that one was going to get overturned.
We talked about this being a good crew for this game, and they showed it right there. Altamont lobs the inbounds out to the top of the key, gets it to Davis. Davis spins, goes to the top of the key, finds McManaway in the corner for three, left it well short. Westendorf the rebound. Dieteric with 5 minutes on the clock, tries to push it up court, but Elam got a hand on a pass and knocked it to his grandma sitting in the second row.
On that previous Altamont possession, Dieteric over pursues the passing lane a little bit, leaves a little 5-on-4, and Altamont got a great look in the corner there, but McManaway not able to hit.
Gephardt curls off a screen, fires the top of the key three. It rattles out, no good. Miller, Caden, grabs the rebound for Altamont. He leaves it with McManaway. Back to Caden Miller, top of the key. Goes to McManaway again.
He wanted to shoot there at the top, just did not quite have the space.
McManaway goes to the right wing, now finds Elam top of the key. Matched up with Brock Niemer. Goes to the left side of the lane. Now, coming over to help was Will. He knocks it loose, tries to fire it up court, but Caden Miller grabs the ball, but his momentum forced him to travel, and in the exchange, Brock Niemer took a little bit of a shot. He gets up. I think he's going to try to walk it off, but the official talks it over with Caden Miller and says it will be Dieteric ball.
So it does end up being Altamont's second turnover just on the other end of the floor. I thought maybe Caden Miller was able to maintain his balance in a pivot foot there, but doesn't go his way that time.
4:20 to play in the third quarter. Inbounds to Westendorf right at the timeline. He brings it to the left wing, now left baseline. Shot fake, shot up, off the glass, rolls off. Caden Miller, another Altamont rebound, as Gephardt and McManaway both get to the floor and as they tangle each other up. Miller now fires it up to Elam in the left corner. He calls for Miller to cut to the basket. Elam tries to get it to him. Westendorf poked it away, and it's picked up by Brock Niemerg. He brings it up the right side. Layup no good. Gets the rebound on the left side. Layup no good. Trips over players under the basket as he had to force up a shot. It's no good. Will put up a shot underneath there. It's blocked out of bounds, and Dieteric will retain possession, but it will be along the baseline.
Didn't see who blocked that one.
I believe it was Caden Miller, but I can't say for 1,000% sure. There was a lot of activity and a lot of bodies right under the basket.
Caden Miller's got 10 rebounds in this game to go with his 14 points. And right now, you take it into the paint at your own risk against Altamont. There's a pass picked off by McManaway.
Boy, they just tried to throw it straight out to Gephardt. An easy steal for McManaway. As he saw it, caught it, brought it up court. The Dieteric recovers. McManaway got it to Elam. He spins down to the left side of the lane, puts up a shot, no good, but that's because he's fouled. And with 3:36 to play in the third quarter, Altamont could go up double digits again if Elam can hit a couple of free throws.
That was just Dieteric's first turnover of the quarter, but going to give Altamont a chance to maybe get back up double digits, depending on what Elam can do here. He didn't shoot any free throws in the first half.
First one's up. It's short. So it remains an 8-point ball game. Seems like we've been here for a little while. Maybe that's just my interpretation. Elam now gets set for the second. On the way, it's good. So he splits the pair. He has 5 tonight, and it's 33-24. Altamont athletic trainer still down by the bench as Kate Melville did come back into the ball game at the dead ball. Dieteric works it out top to Westendorf. Fakes a three. Now Miller's all out there all over him. Westendorf got a pass away out top as he went to the floor. Will controls from the center circle. Works down the left side. Leaves it in the lane with Keck. He's fouled on his shot attempt, and Landon Keck will head to the line for 2.
I think probably should have been a foul on Caden Miller out there at the wing. He was putting the body into Westendorf. I don't know if maybe Lucas was trying to sell it a little bit there, but no doubt about the foul on Keck going to the rim, as that was Eli Miller's third, so both he and McManaway sitting at 3 personals.
Free throw on the way for Keck is good. He has 3 points tonight. Makes it 33-25. 3:11 to play in the third quarter. Altamont with the lead, but Keck for Dieteric has another free throw. This one's up for Landon, and it's good. It's the lefty connected on both of them, and it's a 7-point ball game. Altamont looks at a little full-court man-to-man. They're going to ask Elam to bring it up against Tanner Will. Elam goes across the timeline on the right side, blasts it up court, found Manaway in the corner. He kicks it out to Melville. 3 from the left side of the top of the key is good for Cade. He has 7, and Altamont's back up 10.
He must feel all right.
36-26 to score as Gephardt gets into the lane. Nice quick move, draws some contact and a foul. Gephardt going to the line for a couple.
Yeah, Miller trying to stand his ground. And Gephardt probably initiated the contact there, but able to get himself to the free throw line there. That's what an athletic kid like Gephardt can do, though. He can crash in there and get himself to the free throw line in a play like that.
With a 2:45 on the clock in the third quarter, Gephardt's free throw is short. Ben Radle's going to come into the ball game, and he replaces Caden Miller.
Even with the headset on, I can hear somebody down on the floor seat telling the Altamont players to box out.
Now Caden Davis will come into the ball game and replace Eli Miller.
That's good advice.
Oh, yeah. Here's the next from Gephardt, but this one is good. So he split the pair. He has 8 tonight, and Altamont's lead is 9, 36-27. They have the ball as McManaway is bringing it across the timeline. Gephardt there challenging him. Both players hit the floor as Gephardt knocked it away. Will picks it up, drives for the layup, no good. But Gephardt follows it with a 2-hand jam as he took it off the rim and then jammed it back home.
Altamont's 4th turnover of the quarter and a big dunk there. If nothing else, maybe gets to tip that momentum your way a little bit. But Altamont still has 7 here.
Elam across the top of the key, works to the left side. Now has picked up his dribble as Peck gets him in a switch. They go out top to Davis, back to Elam, left wing, way extended. He fakes a drive. Now puts it on the floor, goes to the right side, towards the top of the key. Coming over to help is Brock Nieberge. Strips him of the ball. Nieberge drives for a layup. It's no good. Will grabbed the rebound, got it out in the corner where it's tracked down by Brock Nieberge, but his outlet pass is tipped and taken away by Altamont. And now as Altamont was bringing the ball up court, John Nieberge says, I want a timeout. With 1:48 to play in the third quarter, it's Altamont 36, Dieteric 29. We'll be back to the NTCC tournament in 60 seconds on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Guessing games can be fun.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
36-29 the score with 1:48 to play in the third quarter. It will be Altamont ball to bring the length, basically the length of the court, as they lead this one by 7.
First time out of the game just taken there by John Nieberge. We're fairly certain we've got that right. There's been a lot of action. It's been a close game, but nobody's used one before now.
Altamont still in Elam. Works it up court against Keck. Keck picks him up as they cross the timeline. They get it to Melville. Melville works it to Eli Miller left wing. Eli flips it out top to Caden Miller. Now they go to Davis on the right side. Caden Davis holds out there and bounces it again out top to Eli Miller. Eli Miller back to Davis. Now they work it to Caden Miller down in the right corner. He puts it on the floor. Got around Westendorf. Drives inside, but Westendorf blocks it from behind. Rebound Keck. His outlet pass up court was picked off by Caden Davis, but he couldn't keep his momentum from stepping on the sideline, and so it will stay with Dieteric literally by an inch.
Great job by Lucas Westendorf defensively. Recovery there. You get beat, stick with the play. Clean block up top. Hey, listen, we talk about Gephardt, but Westendorf can get up a little bit, too.
Oh, yeah, and so can Keck. He takes the inbounds and backcourt. But Altamont's got great athletes out there as well and good basketball players, and this is fun. Keck looks to the baseline to Gephardt. He leans in, left the shot short. As Elam came down to help, he hit the ground in front of Gephardt, and Gephardt couldn't convert.
And I think it was the contact with Elam that kind of threw Gephardt's shot off a little bit there.
Now Eli Miller tries to drive the baseline. Will reached around and knocked it loose from behind, but it hit off of Gephardt and out of bounds.
Gephardt frustrated that he couldn't handle that one, but would have taken pretty good reflexes to be able to pick that pass off.
48.4 on the clock as the inbounds goes on the wing to Caden Miller. He hit Davis, and Davis got hit.
Yeah, Brock Nieberge just, kind of just lost control of his momentum a little bit there, came crashing into him. Sophomore picks up his first foul.
Caden Niffert going to come in as Lucas Westendorf will get a breather here with 44.6 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Altamont inbounds and backcourt to Melville. Melville gets it to Elam right side. Now they're on the wing with Miller. Miller holds. Eli flips it out top to Caden Miller. Cross-court pass to Davis. He had to make a tough catch there, but controlled. Got it to Elam. He looks inside to Caden Miller. Double team. Finds Melville out top. He drives from the top of the key, gets inside, and gets fouled. Cade Melville goes to the line for a couple here.
Yeah, Brock Nieberge going to get a second foul on this trip down the floor as he contested that shot. Since Melville to the line, where he had a 2-for-2 trip back in the second quarter. He's sitting at 7 points. 7 points, 6 rebounds. He's blocked the shot. Pretty nice little game for the young man.
First free throw on the way is nothing but net as Cade has 8 now in the ball game. Radle's going to come into the lineup for Altamont as Elam will have a seat. Luke Winnie comes in for Dieteric. So does Lucas Westendorf. They replace Tanner Will and Caden Niffert. 23.4 seconds on the clock. And, you look out there, you see Brock Niemerg, a 6'1 sophomore, and Cade Melville, a 6'2 sophomore. Those two are going to be fun to watch over the next couple of years as well. Melville's free throw is left short. Keck secures the rebound. He'll bring it up court in a 37-29 game. Dieteric trailing by 8 with 10 seconds on the clock. They hand it to Gephardt in the center circle. He brings it over to the wing. Now back to the center circle. 6 seconds on the clock. Gets downhill. Goes to the left side. Miller's there to prevent a shot. He got up anyway. No good. Then Gephardt tried to tap it up. It bounces off as the third quarter comes to a close. Dieteric Gephardt made a nice move, but Miller stood his ground defensively, and Gephardt couldn't get either of those shots to fall as the third quarter comes to a close. It's Altamont 37, Dieteric 29, NTC action on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
(37-29), Altamont leads Dieteric after 3 quarters here. Altamont 3 of 9 from the field in that third quarter, 2 of 4 free throw line, 2 for 3 on a 3. Dieteric just 2 for 14 from the field, 3 out of 4 from free throws, and 1 for 2 on their three-pointers, and they just missed one right there as Winnie missed it, but tracking down the rebound is Niemerg.
He got it out top to Westendorf. Westendorf buries a wing 3, and it's a 5-point ball game as Dieteric will not go away. You knew they wouldn't. It's 37-32.
Remember, Dieteric was trailing pretty big after 3 quarters the last time these two teams played and put on a good fourth quarter run. They're going to have to do it here if they want to make this one a close one down the stretch.
Eli Miller has picked up his dribble, but he found Caden Miller posting up on the right block. He didn't like the look, got it back to Eli. He reposts, now goes into the lane, leaves it across to Ben Radel. Radel puts up a shot in the crowd, and it's good. Ben Radel's first 2 points pushes Altamont's lead back to 7, 39-32. Westendorf up court, crosses over, gets to the free throw line. Jumper no good. Altamont players fight each other for the rebound, and then it goes out of bounds because of a push as Caden Miller secured it. He got hit from behind by Winnie, I believe, and it'll be a foul against Dieteric.
A lot of moving parts there as Miller tracked that one down on the baseline. One of his feet hit the baseline, went out of bounds, but about probably from the shove from Luke Winnie, who picks up his second foul. And so there's a quick team foul for Dieteric, and it'll be Indian basketball.
As Winnie does check out of the ball game, Tanner Wills back in. So it's the starting 5 for Dieteric. It's the starting 5 for Altamont now as Dylan Elam has returned to the Indian lineup, replacing Radel.
That was Caden Miller's 13th rebound, by the way.
Cade Melville takes the inbound pass on the baseline, works it up court, got a hit from behind by Tanner Will. He likes to do that move if a man gets around him to try to poke it away. That time he got called for the reach.
But that's 2 quick fouls now. You're just a minute and 5 seconds into this fourth quarter. So Dieteric, I don't want you to not be aggressive defensively, but probably try not picking up any more of those hand checks for a little bit.
Pressure in backcourt's trying to deny the inbound, so Caden Miller comes into backcourt to get it. But then Westendorf took it away from him. Drives for the layup. It's good, and he's fouled from behind as Caden Miller tried to get the block shot from behind. Couldn't do it. Westendorf stuck it up and in. He has 15, and he has a chance to cut it, make the lead a little less as he can cut into it from the charity stripe as well.
So that was Altamont's first turnover of the quarter, but their 17th of the game. And Westendorf turns it into points. Chance for the three-point play. He's gone from 10 to 15 in a hurry here in the fourth quarter.
This one's up, and it's good. So he has 16 now in the ball game, and it's now a 4-point contest, 39-35. Dylan Elam in backcourt, working against Keck. Gets to the timeline. Keck now gets help from Brock Niemerg over there, but Brock returns to Melville. Now Elam still on the dribble, goes to the right side. Underhand pass as he shuffled it to Caden Miller. He made a move to the hoop, and as he tried to get the shot away, he's fouled.
Caden Miller has done a lot of things right tonight, getting himself back to the free throw line amongst them. But he did have an 0-for-2 trip to the free throw line back in the second quarter. That's the only time he's been to the stripe. Meanwhile, that foul goes against Tanner Will, and that is his third personal.
Boy, Dylan Elam did a good job of creating that opportunity there as well, as he rifled a tough pass in there, and Miller's free throw is a little strong. So Caden Miller goes back to the line for the second of two attempts here with 6:26 to play in the fourth quarter. Altamont leading by 4. Miller, a dribble or two, puts this one up. It looks good, and it rattles around and drops through. So Caden Miller has 15, and Altamont's up 5 with 6:22 on the clock. Keck will bring it up court. Gets to the center circle where he's matched up with Eli Miller. Gets a little screen, picked up now by Elam. He hands it back to Westendorf. Westendorf drives to the right baseline. Elam gets him on a switch. Now they send it out to Tanner Will. Big three, top of the key. He hits it. Tanner Will pulls Dieteric within 2 with 6 minutes to play.
Tanner Will's first make of the game. He had been 0 for 5 from the field, but knocks down a huge one there.
And now Dylan Elam is called for carrying the ball in backcourt. There was a defender in the vicinity, but it wasn't like it was a pressure situation, and there's a costly turnover for Altamont.
Yeah, I mean, now you're talking Dieteric can tie or take the lead here as Altamont turns it over second time in the fourth quarter.
Brock Niemerg lobs it over to Tanner Will. He'll fire another three. This one's off the rim, no good, but Lucas Westendorf tracks down the rebound, takes it to the corner. His three is on the way. It's good. Westendorf connects. Dieteric has the lead, 41-40. Altamont's Elam just runs it right back up court and gives the Indians the lead back as he swept up to the left side, but it might cost Elam a little bit as he is ginger getting up off the court.
Yeah,
the official stopped play there as Dieteric was trying to inbound the ball.
Yeah, he's not looking too good walking back to the bench. He is going under his own power, but he's going to have to, and he's already missed some time this year with a knee.
He missed the game with Dieteric.
Yeah, so he comes out. They get Caden Davis in the game. Now, Dieteric briefly takes the lead back there, but then Altamont wasted no time, right? Dieteric was kind of in celebration mode, and Altamont just...
Elam.
Yeah, Elam, one into the four to the other.
So it was 5:37 on the clock. Everything settles down as Elam checks out. Caden Davis, Aiden McManaway, Cade Melville, Eli, and Caden Miller on the court for Altamont. Dieteric has Keck out top with it. He spins into the lane, in the crowd. Layup is good. Somehow Landon Keck scooped it up and in.
He could do that. He's awesome going to the basket and got that one to go.
So it's 43-42, Dieteric with the lead. Eli Miller to the right side, finds McManaway in the corner. He'll drive in. Shot off the glass is good. Aiden McManaway with 4 and gives Altamont the lead back, 44-43. Brock Niemerg crosses the timeline, hands it to Keck in the center circle. Coach Bonoff directing traffic, has the offense the way he wants it. Little slip screen. They get it to Westendorf underneath off a nice pack from Keck. He spins. Layup underneath is good.
Yes. Miller didn't stay home that time, got off his feet, and Westendorf lets him go by. Lucas has 11 points in the fourth quarter.
Well, we're trading lead back and forth now. Melville with it on the right side, had trouble with the handle. McManaway tries to save it along the sideline, but he can't do it. He's out of bounds as Dieteric forces the turnover, and it'll be Dieteric ball with an opportunity for the first time to extend their lead tonight beyond 1 point.
Third turnover for the Indians now in this quarter, and they are up to they're up to 19 for the game.
So with 4:33 on the clock, Keck again will handle the point guard duty. Will and Westendorf come up to set screens. Keck goes right after a screen from Westendorf. Gets it back to Lucas, top of the key. He drives the right side, puts a shot off the glass. It's good as Westendorf had a man right in his face and still got it to go.
That young man is possessed right now.
47-43, Dieteric up 3. McManaway attacks. He scores on the left side as he drove all the way into the basket. Aiden McManaway and it makes it a 1-point game, 47-46, Dieteric leading.
Gosh, this is so much fun.
Halfway through the fourth quarter, Keck gets around his initial defender, tried to kick it out. McManaway gets the steal. He brings it up the middle of the court, looks in the corner to Eli Miller. He fires a three, and he buries it. Eli Miller with 6. Dieteric takes a full timeout. 3:46 to play in the fourth quarter as Altamont takes the lead back with a corner three from Eli Miller. It's 49-47. We'll be back to Altamont to finish out this semifinal matchup on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Game has been everything you could hope for and then some. 49-47, Altamont took the lead back after a corner three with 3:46 to play, but there's issues on the court and off. Dylan Elam is out after he drove the length of the court, got a big layup to give Altamont the lead back. He injured his knee, it appeared, we'll say, and he is out. And Caden Miller is stretching a calf constantly. Seems like he might be cramping up. Dieteric, though, has the ball, trailing by 2. Brock Niemerg, a little trouble on the wing. Got it to Gebhardt. He rises on a corner three. Got hit on the shot, and Gebhardt will go to the line for 3 free throws.
They're going to say he was on the line.
Okay.
It was close. I think they probably got that one right.
This is a good officiating crew.
That is 4 for Aiden McManaway, though, and he's made a couple of huge buckets for Altamont in this fourth quarter, too. So he's got to play with 4 for 3.5 minutes, a couple free throws for Gebhardt.
First one's up, and it's nothing but net. Thing is that was going to be a tough look for Gebhardt if they just leave him alone. But it's not something we haven't seen Gebhardt make either. So McManaway's challenge cost him his 4th foul. First one was good. The second one's good. Gebhardt with 12, and we're tied at 49. Melville will cross the timeline with 3:25 on the clock. Looks to McManaway, now to Eli Miller, left wing. Miller back across to the top of the key, goes to the right side, puts up a runner over Westendorf, no good. Caden Miller, though, an offensive rebound. He'll stick it up and in. He has 17, and Altamont's up 2 again, 51-49.
His 6th offensive rebound and his 14th of the game.
To go with 17 points. Keck out top, crosses to the left side, gets it back out to Westendorf. Just under 3 minutes to play. Dieteric trailing by 2. They have the ball. Westendorf to the top of the key, goes left, looks for the cutter Keck. Keck spots Gebhardt into the lane, went for the dunk, and on his way up, he got fouled.
I mean, that's a fantastic find from Keck, first of all. Driving the baseline, defense comes to him, he leaves it off for Gebhardt, and yeah, he had dunk on his mind, but the foul just prevented him from getting almost all the way up there.
And 999 kids out of 1,000, I'd say, what are you thinking about with the dunk there? Not Gebhardt. The foul prevented him from getting that dunk in, but he does hit the first of 2 free throws.
The foul goes to Cade Melville, his second. So 3 team fouls for each of these clubs. We're at the 2:46 mark in the fourth quarter.
Gebhardt's first free throw good. The second one good as well. He ties the game up at 51. 2:45 on the clock. Doesn't look like Dylan Elam's going to be able to return to this ball game as he is sitting dejected on the Altamont bench. Cade Melville works to the left side. Niemerg right there with him. Melville's double team. Tries to pass out of it. It's knocked loose. Westendorf comes up with it. He's bringing it up court for Dieteric. Crosses over, gets into the lane. Put up a shot. It was blocked by Eli Miller, who came down with the rebound. And then when Miller tried to bring it up court, he was bumped and fouled.
Pretty good move from Westendorf. And Miller sticks with it, contests the shot. And, boy, I got to say, not to be unkind to Cade Melville, but the Dieteric defense eating him up a little bit. He's going to be the guy to bring the ball up the floor, though.
And now he does hand it over to Eli Miller, who's matched up with Keck, still in the backcourt. Eli crosses the timeline on the right side, gets towards the lane. Triple team, got it out to McManaway.
That foul, by the way, Brock Niemerk's third, but more importantly, the fourth for the Maroons.
Altamont goes inside to Caden Miller. His man gave way. Lucas Westendorf kind of pulled the chair on him. Miller was expecting more contact, and he travels with it. But Dieteric will take the timeout. John Nieberge is incensed with the call. He's all the way down under the basket, but with 2:03 on the clock, it's 51-51. Dieteric will have the ball after the timeout. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with the conclusion of this one. It's a great semifinal matchup at the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. If you need help with your loved ones, call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240.
2:03 to play in a fantastic semifinal. It's Altamont and Dieteric, 51-51. We thought it'd be great. It's turned out to be just that and then some.
I am loving this, Matt. This is just so much fun, and I don't know who's going to win, but they're going to have earned it, and they got to turn around and play a championship tomorrow.
I tell you what, if you've got somebody who's not watching the live stream and they're not here, give them a call. Get them hooked up for the final 2 minutes of this one. Dieteric, and maybe then some. Dieteric walks it across the timeline. Keck gets to the left side, leans into Miller, and Miller was straight up. Keck loses it. It's picked up by Altamont. Melville crosses the timeline, goes to the left side, and as he tried to make a move, there's a reach and a foul, and Cade Melville's going to go to the line with 1:44 on the fourth quarter clock.
Yeah, I think Keck had one thing on his mind with that drive there, and that was initiating a little bit of contact with Miller. But we talked about it once already during this broadcast, that he's so good at staying straight up and just letting the smaller man bounce off of him. And then on the other end of the floor, Landon Keck picked up his second foul.
And Cade Melville hits the first of two free throws. The sophomore has 9 for Altamont, and he gives the Indians the 1-point lead. 1:44 on the fourth quarter clock. Melville squares this one up, and it's good again. So he's in double figures with 10. And Dieteric now will try to counter punch, trailing by 2. Westendorf picked up by Eli Miller at the center circle. Gets a little screen, goes to the left side. Steps back, fires up a 3, got it.
That was beautiful. Crossover and then the step back. I mean, that's the kind of thing you see at the next level.
And then some. Wow. 54-53, Dieteric with the 1-point lead. Altamont goes into a posting. Caden Miller, turnaround little hook shot, left it short. Westendorf grabs the rebound. Dieteric's up by 1, 1:11 on the clock. They get it ahead to Gephardt. He goes on the attack into the lane. Flips up a shot, no good, but Tanner Will's underneath there to grab the rebound, and Dieteric knew that Will was in tall timber, and so Brent Bonoff takes the timeout. It'll be a 30-second break with 1:03 to play in the ball game. Dieteric leads Altamont 54-53. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Classic Hits 97.
Dieteric Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Dieteric Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
.103 to play in the ball game. Dieteric ball to inbounds from under their basket. They will have Landon Keck triggering it in. Lucas Westendorf's right in front of him as the Dieteric players set up in the box around the lane. And now Tanner Will goes out to the opposite corner on the right side. Keck will be the trigger man as Dieteric goes into motion. Keck still looking, bounces it for Westendorf, made a tough catch, hands it back to Keck. Keck sends it out top with the dribble, and now over to Will. Will back to Keck. Altamont scrambling a little bit defensively, but under a minute to play. Westendorf has it way out on the perimeter. He holds, waits for somebody, and now Eli Miller is going to come out and foul Keck with 47.2 seconds on the clock.
That's Miller's score. So both he and McManaway out there on the floor with 4 personals. We're down to 47.2 seconds to go in regulation.
And Dieteric with the lead and the ball. The inbounds from the sideline. Tanner will inbound from the Dieteric bench. He gets it to Keck. Keck hands it off to Will. Will is fouled by Melville. 42.2 seconds left on the clock.
That's going to be the bonus. That's going to be free throws there as Melville picks up his 3rd personal. So they decided that they wanted to put Tanner Will at the free throw line. He has got 3 points tonight on 1 of 9 shooting, or 1 of 7 shooting, rather.
Will takes a couple of dribbles, puts the free throw up, and it's good. Tanner has 4 in the ball game, pushes the lead to 2 with 42.2 seconds left.
And you saw his teammates give him a pep talk before he went to the free throw line saying, hey, they want you here, make them pay for it.
This one's up, and it's nothing but net. He hit them both. He has 5, and now we have another timeout taken. 42.2 seconds to play. Dieteric leads by 3, 56-53. We'll take a 30-second break and be back to the 88th annual National Trail Conference Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
.2 seconds left to play in this ball game, at least regulation. 56-53 the score. Dieteric has the lead. Altamont will have the ball to bring the length of the court.
Nobody has left the gym yet.
No. Yeah. The stands are pretty well full, but nervous injury has caused a lot of people to stand around the top row as well.
Hey, I'm standing too.
Altamont will have the ball to bring the length of the court. Eli and Caden Miller, Aiden McManaway, Caden Davis, and Cade Melville on the court. Remember, Dylan Elam injured his knee, it appeared, some sort of injury after driving for a layup to give Altamont the lead back early in this 4th quarter. Eli Miller walks it up court. Dieteric drops back to the half court defensively. Now they pick up as Miller goes to the top of the key. Works left, finds Cade Melville top of the key. Drives in the lane, bounces it underneath for Caden Miller. Shot up, blocked by Westendorf, but Westendorf got him on the arm, and Caden Miller will go to the line with 26.5 seconds on the clock.
Westendorf has blocked a shot earlier in this game. In fact, in this very quarter, but that time got Miller on the arm a little bit, so Caden with a chance to get his team a little closer at the free throw line.
Senior takes a couple of dribbles. Free throw is on the way. It's good. He has 18 points in the ball game. And now Ben Radel checked in for Altamont, replacing Aiden McManaway.
Both of these teams have shot the free throws great in the 4th quarter, and a number of different guys going to the line, but all answering the bell in just a classic game here.
Free throw up and off the side of the rim, no good. Tanner Will grabs the rebound. He's under the Altamont basket, and he's immediately fouled by Ben Radel. 23.9 seconds left on the clock. Altamont fouls, trailing by 2, sending Tanner Will back to the line.
Well, a lot of time, 23.9 seconds, but, Tanner Will, fresh off of his 2-for-2 trip to the line a moment ago, if he does the same thing, he starts to put Altamont behind the 8 ball a little bit.
Tanner Will at the line. The free throw is up, and boy, he has had ice water in his veins as he knocks down that charity shot. And now Altamont will make a substitution as McManaway's back in, replacing Radel as the offense-defense switch there for the Indians.
Peter are going to pull everybody off the line now.
They don't want to commit a silly foul going for a rebound here. And that ball bounces out, no good. So it's a 3-point game as Will couldn't hit the second. Eli Miller up court, stumbles, lost it. It's picked up by Westendorf at the timeline. He's trying to elude the Altamont defenders, And finally, Aiden McManaway catches up with him with 11.2 seconds on the clock. Dieteric leading 57-54. Essentially one of two free throws here for Westendorf would probably get them the win.
Well, in what has been a great game, there's been a ton of turnovers for Altamont. There's another one right there, just an inability that time to get the ball up the floor and get into the flow of your offense. 22 turnovers, and when it comes down to a three-point game with 11 seconds left, you know that if you just clean it up even a little bit, you're in possibly so much better position here.
Lucas Westendorf at the line. He has been money. He had 10 points coming into this quarter. Free throw, though, I did it to him. It's no good. Still a three-point game with 11.2 seconds left. But to finish that thought, he has had 16 points here in the fourth quarter.
He's been a man on a mission.
This one's up, and it's good. He switched the pair. That's really what he needed to do, though. It's 58-54 with 11.2 seconds left, and a 30-second timeout is taken. I didn't see who took it. Altamont took it. So we're going to stay right here. We just want to make sure that we don't miss any of this action here. Altamont trailing by 4. They've got to get points quick, and then they have a timeout yet so they can stop the clock as well.
Yeah, being a two-possession game, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. Whatever you can get the fastest, then you gotta stop that clock again and hope that Dieteric does not come through at the free throw line. The problem is that the Maroons have hit 8 out of 10. Now make it 9 of 11 here in the fourth quarter. So when it has mattered, the moving Maroons have been extremely clutch at the free throw line.
Brent Bonoff sends his club out onto the court. He tells them to go back on their end, or on Altamont's end. Altamont has Ben Radel serving as the trigger man. He's in for McManaway, who fouled out. They get it to Eli Miller. He runs to the timeline, goes to the right wing, takes it to the baseline, gets underneath, sends it to Melville. Pass was tipped out of bounds, though, by Brock Niemer. It'll be Altamont ball deep in the corner, but a lot of time came off the clock.
That's the last thing you want. Half the time expires, and you have to trigger another inbound. You still need 2 shots here.
Altamont sets up in a box around the lane, but Miller's going to have to trigger the inbounds from deep in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Dieteric, you just don't foul a shooter, right?
Yep.
You just make life difficult for them, but don't foul a shooter. Or pick off the inbound pass.
They tried to lob it into the lane, and Gephardt got to the ball. He drives to the other end of the court, hands the ball to the official as the clock winds out. Dieteric comes from behind to defeat Altamont. Final score, 58-54, as the moving Maroons move into the championship game. Tomorrow night, they will take on St. Anthony, and that means that we will have a new champion of the NTC tournament, as Altamont had won the last 2 titles here in the tournament. But it'll be either Dieteric or St. Anthony tomorrow night at 7:30 for the championship, as Altamont will play St. Elmo Brownstown in the third-place game tomorrow afternoon. What a classic, and congratulations to the Dieteric moving Maroons. They came from behind. Altamont led by as many as 11 in the third quarter, but Dieteric chopped into the deficit and eventually gets the win, 58-54. We'll take a break, come back with information on the post-game show. We'll chat with the coaches and get you set for tomorrow's activity on the final day of the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament here on Classic Hit 97.9 XFM.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3. Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing.
Well, we've been treated to a great night of basketball once again at the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. In the nightcap, Dieteric comes from behind to defeat Altamont 58-54 as the Moving Maroons just continued to claw away. Altamont had an 11-point lead in the third quarter, led 37-29 heading into the fourth quarter of action. Dieteric, though, took command really early in the fourth quarter by going on a run to take the lead. Then the lead traded hands back and forth for 4 or 5 trips easily, if not more. And then Dieteric finally was able to secure control of the ball game, with finishing it out as good teams do, shooting well at the free throw line and taking care of the ball, as they just put together a tremendous ball game here, coming from behind to defeat Altamont 58-29. Altamont had quarters of 11, 16, 10, and let's see, is that 17 for their total of 57, or 54 rather. And Dieteric had quarters of 9, 12, 8, and 29 for their total of 58.
29 points in the fourth quarter means that they doubled their total in that fourth period.
That's why I was double-checking it, but I knew it was a big comeback. Wow. Nice win for the Dieteric Moving Maroons and Brent Bonoff. They improved to 16-5 on the season. They will move into the championship game. Altamont falls to 13-5 on the campaign. They drop into the third-place contest. And Dustin's been working on the stats. Let's send it over to him.
Yeah, Altamont shot 50% in the game, 20 out of 40 from the field. Indians 8 of 14 at the free throw line, 57%, and hit 6 of 13 three-pointers, 46.1%. By comparison, the Dieteric shooting numbers, at least from the field, were not nearly as good. 19 of 51, 37.3%. They did hit 13 of 19 free throws, 68.4%, but notably 9 out of 11 in that fourth quarter, 12 out of 15 in the second half. So they really kind of turned things around there. And then they were 7 of 15 on their three-pointers tonight, 46.6%, and hit 4 of 6 in that fourth quarter, 5 out of 8 in the second half. So they really were able to knock down some big threes. And really, Altamont out-rebounded them 33-25. That was not a wide margin, but you look at the big thing here, and when Altamont shot a lot better from the field, the thing is that they turned it over twice as many times.
Yeah.
23 Altamont turnovers, just 11 for Dieteric. So two things there. Too many for Altamont, but then Dieteric did a great job taking care of the basketball. Combine those two things, they got a few more looks, hit a few more three-pointers, got to the free throw line a few more times, and they get the 4-point win. Second time that they've come from behind against this Altamont team, because remember when they played the regular season, Altamont was ahead for most of the game. Dieteric closed the gap, took the lead. Yeah, took the lead in that fourth quarter, as a matter of fact, and couldn't hang on. This time Brent Bonoff's kids were able to get the win, and boy, oh boy, that was, you hate for anybody to lose it. You really do, but it was such an entertaining high school basketball game. 2 straight nights of just glorious high school ball here at Altamont.
Thanks for the team numbers. We'll get you a little chance to work on the individual numbers as well as we set the day tomorrow. Opening it up, it's South Central and CHBC in the 7th place game. Broadcast will begin around 11:15 or so with that one as it gets underway at 11:30. It'll be followed by the Consolation Championship contest between North Clay and Windsor Sioux Straws. The 3rd place game follows that as we have 3 in a row part of the first session, and it'll be St. Elmo Brownstown taking on Altamont in the 3rd place contest. And the championship game will be St. Anthony and Dieteric, and that has to sound awfully good to head coach Seth Bonoff of the Dieteric Moving Maroons as he makes his way into the booth, flips the headsets on. And, Coach, I just mentioned it'll be St. Anthony and Dieteric in that championship game. Sounds pretty good to you, I suppose.
Sounds great. I told the boys we got nothing to lose now after tonight's game, and we'll just see how it goes tomorrow. Hopefully we have some energy, and we know it's going to be a really tough game, but just crazy excited about tonight.
Well, your club made a tremendous comeback, and we double-checked our numbers just to make sure we were right. Your team scored 29 points in the fourth quarter, matching the output of the first 3 quarters that your team had combined.
Oh, it's crazy. At halftime, I just told them to keep battling. Their defense is so good. I know it looked ugly in the first half, but I told them if they just keep fighting and keep believing in one another and moving the basketball, and good things could happen. I told them eventually the defense may wear down a little bit. It did a little bit at Dieteric. It was real similar to our game at Dieteric that they end up winning, but tonight we end up, getting the W. So I don't know.
Well, it's nice to have a player on your team that's been there and done that, and it showed up with Lucas Westendorf scoring 17 of his 27 in that fourth quarter, and it was his shots and momentum early in the fourth quarter that erased a big deficit that Dieteric was facing.
I don't think Luke was going to let us lose tonight, or if it was up to him. I mean, everything he did, rebound, his defense. I mean, we talk about his scoring, but he's all over the floor defensively. He's in the passing lanes. He's guarding. He's getting rebounds against Miller, and he's just a beast. Lucas did everything you could ask for tonight.
And Caleb Gebhardt came in, and it wasn't exactly a smooth game like we see from Caleb for the most part, but he still continued to fight and continued to battle. A lot of that had to do with Altamont's defense, but he finishes in double figures with 14, gets you some big plays when you need them as well.
Caleb always gives us great games. When you're going against Altamont, and McManaway always does a really good job on Caleb. He's basically face guard the whole first half, and then things loosened up in the second half a little bit. We just told the boys if we could get the ball off the court and defense was going to win the game. We got some steals and got in transition, and we're a lot better team when we can get in transition.
And that was huge. You forced Altamont into 22 turnovers in this ball game. Those extra possessions really paid off, and a lot of the people involved in that included Landon Keck. Brock Niemerg, the sophomore, has emerged again after coming off of an injury, and he's given you some good solid minutes as well.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, Brock's only been back a few days, and I don't know how many minutes he played tonight, but he played the majority of the game, and he was excellent. You can see he's going to have amazing leadership the next couple of years. He's only a sophomore, but you can tell he's played a lot of basketball, and he's got a lot of leadership skills, and that was huge for us. Landon, like you said, he brings it every night. Defense, he handles the ball. He's under control. He has poise. Tanner Will hit some amazing, some big free throws there at the end.
And that huge three.
Yes. Sometimes you're crossing your fingers, and then when he hits them, man, we're a heck of a lot better team. You know what you're getting out of him defensively, and when he's hitting outside shots and making his free throws, we're pretty tough to beat. I got to tip my cap again to Tanner.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, a tremendous effort here on the court. It took everything you had tonight to get this victory, and it's going to take everything you got tomorrow night against St. Anthony. But your club's in the spot to battle it out tomorrow night.
Well, that's what you play for, is try to get to the championship. That's been our goal. Our goal is to get to the NTC championship and get to the regional championship and see how it falls. We did that. So tonight we're going to really enjoy this because it's a really big win for us. It's a big win for me personally. Altamont's a great team, well coached. I've known John since I was a little kid and got a ton of respect for him, and I got a little excited there at the end, but we're going to enjoy it tonight.
Coach, enjoy this view as you look down on the court from our perspective in the Bird's Nest. Dieteric fans not really wanting to go anywhere just yet.
No, they're feeling the buzz. They know we have a lot of talented players. They know we can go deep. I don't know how tomorrow goes. We'll just see how it goes, but I know one thing. We're going to show up, and we're going to play good defense, and we're going to give them everything we got.
Coach Bonoff, appreciate it after the game. Congratulations on the win, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.
Brent Bonoff, nice enough to come up to the ball game booth after the ball game, as we'll turn it back over to Dustin for some individual stats.
Yep. Seth Bonoff, a familiar name.
Yeah.
But, we got through the team numbers for those Dieteric Moving Maroons. 27 points for Lucas Westendorf. 10 of 17 from the field again. 17 of those 27 points in the fourth quarter. He was 3 out of 5 at the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds. He had 3 assists. He blocked a shot, did everything. Really just put the team on his back in that fourth quarter and got them to the victory. But Caleb Gephardt had some nice moments as well. 14 points on 4 of 14 shooting, 5 out of 6 at the free throw line. He made some big free throws in the fourth quarter as well, went 4 for 4 there. He had 4 rebounds, threw down a couple dunks, which are always good for getting your crowd into a game. And listen, that matters in this atmosphere for sure. So 14 for him. He also blocked a shot. 6 points each for Tanner Will and Landon Keck. Will 1 for 7 from the field, but again, big free throws, 3 out of 4 in the fourth quarter. He had 5 rebounds. And then Landon Keck, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the free throw line for his 6. 3 rebounds, a couple of assists for him. And 2 points for Jackson Funneman. He went 1 for 2 from the field with a couple of boards. Brock Niemerk, 3 points off the bench, 1 for 5 from the field. That was a triple. He also went 0 for 2 at the free throw line, but he had 4 rebounds and an assist and did some good things defensively. Really just wasn't a liability out there as a sophomore, and that's a very big thing for him. Luke Winnie, 0 for 2 from the field. Cade Nifford, 0 for 1 from the field, and John Holste played some there in the first half, but did not attempt a shot. So Dieteric improves to 16-5 on the year. They'll play in that championship tomorrow night against St. Anthony. For Altamont, Caden Miller, wow. What an impressive game for him. 18 points on 7 of 12 shooting. He was 2 for 6 at the free throw line, and he had 15 rebounds, a couple of blocked shots, 2 assists. That's a good tournament for some kids. For Cade Miller, that was one game here tonight. Cade Melville, 10 points on 2 of 6 shooting. He was 5 for 6 at the free throw line, 7 rebounds and an assist for him. Speaking of sophomores who played well, he did a great job. Dylan Elam, 7 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 1 for 2 at the free throw line with 3 rebounds. Unfortunately, not on the floor as the game came to an end because of an injury. We'll try to get some clarity on that in the next day or two. But, Eli Miller, 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Aiden McManaway, 3 for 5 from the field for his 6 points. He had a couple of big buckets in that back and forth fourth quarter. 5 points for Caden Davis on 2 for 2 shooting. Ben Radel made the only shot he took for 2 points. And there you have it. Those are the guys who played for Altamont. 13-5 on the year. They will play for third place tomorrow against St. Elmo Brownstown. And with that, John Nieberge's made his way up, so I will step aside and let him and Matt get a word in.
All right. Thank you very much, Dustin. We appreciate that, and we appreciate Coach Nieberge visiting with us after the ball game. And, Coach, your club battled hard all night long, and you knew you'd have to against this good Dieteric club. It's just one of those things where a good team's going to go down in this semifinal tonight.
Right. We knew Dieteric was a good ball club. They got 3, I think Keck's pretty close to 1,000 points, so they got 3,000-point scores eventually. So you got to have 3 defenders. I thought they did a really good job of making us turn the basketball over while we were dribbling. A lot of deflections. We weren't very secure with the basketball. It was a lot of over dribbling. They're a good team. They're coached well. Coach Bonoff does a good job, and Westendorf had a really big career night. We had that down as one of our goals, not to give one of those kids a career night, and he stepped up big time for him.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where teams were just the teams were trading punches, especially there in the fourth quarter. And from our perspective, boy, it's fun to see the kids rise to the occasion, and especially with Dylan Elam going down with an apparent injury after that drive to the basket. That gave you the lead back.
Right.
It was just a tremendous effort, but unfortunately it cost him some time at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know the extent of what he did. He stepped on some water or sweat or something, but he made a nice move. He struggled a little bit with the turnovers tonight, but he was ready to go for this game, almost to a fault. I always want Dylan to play slow, and sometimes he gets a little bit out of control, but Dylan didn't get to play the first game, so it was kind of like, all right, I'm ready to go make this team even better. But we'll learn from it. It was a back-and-forth game.
And another player stepped up coming down the stretch. Aiden McManaway got into a little foul trouble, and his defensive presence is a big part of the program here at Altamont. And so when he goes to the bench, but other players stepped up too.
Right. Aiden did a good job defensively on Gephardt. I thought he did a good job. Not sure of some of the fouls, but it's neither here nor there. But he attacked the basket a couple times. Sometimes he's not shooting the best around 2 foot, but he made them tonight. Aiden can do that. Aiden can score sometimes. He played perfect ball game.
Eli Miller, Caden Davis providing some big minutes for you, but the big man inside, Caden Miller, is so much fun to watch on both ends of the court. He is an offensive presence, especially cleaning up the glass. Defensively, I think he does the best job of any big man that I've seen in staying vertical when he comes over on the help defense, especially.
Yeah, he does a good job. I think he got called for one of them, but he does a really good job of and at the end, kind of maybe blocking it with his wrist and his fingers. He works his tail off. I wish we'd get him the ball more, and that's my fault maybe. But he kind of over dribbles down there sometimes too. I wish he would just jump up and shoot it. We always got a mismatch a lot. There's not a lot of big bigs in this league, and he even knocked down a couple threes tonight, showing kind of his versatility. But he's a monster for us. I don't know if he had another double, but he's averaging one right now. He's stepping up and getting better.
Tell you what, it's a quick turnaround now to that third place game tomorrow, and you're facing a solid opponent to say the least in St. Elmo Brownstown.
Right.
And but can that be a good thing to get right back out onto the court?
Probably. They took it pretty hard in the locker room. They were pretty down and out about it. I mean, if we don't come ready to play, St. Elmo, Coach Beazle is going to have them boys ready to play. Like he knows. He knows that third place trophy is a pretty big deal in his. In St. Elmo Brownstown and Altamont, pretty good rivalry. Just down the street. So they're going to be ready. We're not ready to play. I don't know if I've not gone 1-2 in the tournament before. So we better be ready to play at 3:00 tomorrow.
Well, Coach, we got a feeling your club will be ready to go.
I hope so.
As Altamont gets set to take on St. Elmo Brownstown in that third place game after a whale of a game tonight against Dieteric. We appreciate you chatting with us.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good luck tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
That's John Niebrugge, nice enough to spend some time with us after the ball game. Let's send it back to the studios for our final break. We'll come back with scores from around the area and get you set for tomorrow's activity, the final day of the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3. Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
We welcome you back to the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. We were treated to a couple of good games tonight. Windsor Stu Straws came from behind again to pick up a victory over South Central, 44-30 in a consolation semifinal bracket game. That was our opener. And then the nightcap was a classic. Dieteric comes from behind, trailed by as many as 11 in the second half, defeated Altamont 58-54. So those are the scores here from the tournament at Altamont. Let's send it back to the studios, where we've got more scores from Lauren.
All right, in the Apollo Conference, Lincoln won over Mattoon 52-36. And then Mount Zion smoked Mahomet Seymour 73-46. And then in the Little Illini Conference, KZ Westfield lost to Lawrenceville 44-58. And Richland County Olney won over Newton 47-39. Teutopolis was the victor against Breeze Mater Dei, 62-49. And in the girls' basketball game, the final score is 53 Effingham, 34 Teutopolis. And those are your scores.
All right. Thank you very much, Lauren. We appreciate that. We had multiple viewers on our web stream tonight. Crossed over 600, I do believe, was what we were told. Thanks to Swade and Caleb for their effort over there tonight. They'll be back with us all day tomorrow. Well, we have a big day set up, Dustin. We'll start off with South Central and CHBC in the 7th place game. Broadcast will go on the air around 11:15 with the game getting underway around 11:30. That'll be followed up by North Clay and Windsor Sioux Straws in the Consolation Championship in St. Elmo Brownstown and Altamont. Well, you talk about a couple of good teams that are going to be fighting it out for 3rd place in a conference tournament. You'll see it there tomorrow afternoon. And then they'll clear out the gym. And, boy, a big crowd is going to fill up this place for a Dieteric St. Anthony matchup tomorrow night for the championship. It gets underway at 7:30. Our broadcast will begin around 7:15 tomorrow night here from the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament.
Yeah, and, listen, I've kind of been spazzing about it a little bit the last couple of nights, but I can't overstate how good the games have been the last 2 days of this tournament. Like we've talked about, once things got kind of sorted out and everybody got to where they needed to be on which side of the bracket, the games have been hotly contested. They've been evenly matched, and the teams have played well. They've answered the bell, and nothing exemplifies that as much as the game that we just saw. And looking forward to tomorrow, too, because you look at those matchups, and there's no reason in the world why you couldn't have 4 more just quality high school basketball games. That's what it's all about. That's why people love this tournament. That's why there were so many people here tonight. And that's why we do what we do, and why I've been looking forward to it since the season started. So I will stop rambling now. But, again, just a fun time here tonight and all week.
That's Dustin White. Thanks to Lauren back at the studios, doing a great job there. Caleb and Swade with our live stream broadcast. We appreciate that as well. I'm Matt Robinson. Dieteric victorious tonight over Altamont in the semifinal matchup. Windsor Sioux Straws picked up a win in the consolation bracket games tonight at the 88th Annual NTC Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM.